Gotta put the time in, flip and make it grind a little bigger.
Do it big.
You can never be a quitter.
Till the end, if it's win, lose, or draw. Go hard.
Make them hating bronze pillar.
Do it for the cause.
Gotta make your mind up, nigga.
Feeling like, off the leash.
Gotta be the pick, gotta let them.
Make them sick, pure venom.
You control everything like a dealer.
Do it big, never little. You a real go-getter.
What you rapping about in that song, boss man?
Yeah.
We stand alone, nigga.
Yeah. Too many people got a lot to say. I hear shit every day, and most they really be some featherweights. And then they thought they be opinion based, but when they in your face, these niggas softer than a woman's lace. But when you check them, that's when shit'll change. I don't play these silly games, leave that shit to kiddies, man. I choose to ride in the skinny lane, cause in the bigger lane, niggas catching feelings, man. And it's amazing how the game changed, and how we gained so many lanes. It's a damn shame. And if you speak, just know you fair games. No, nobody cares, man. And no, we don't repair pain. Just know nobody cares, man. And no, we don't repair pain. They see opinions like an asshole. I sit and wait and let them pass go. You not the first and ain't the last, folk. But I'm 10 toes where the grass grow. And I go where that bag go. But I don't need no motherfucking mask though. When you the truth, you never brag, folk. That's lesson one. And you would know that if your ass go. But see, the class was your last hope. He couldn't even last though. That shit really bad, folk. Now when you talk, nobody gives a shit. Now that's ridiculous. You can never speak on penmanship. And yeah, I know the cloud to give you strength. If you think that's your benefit, just know the truth will end this shit. If you think that's your benefit, just know the truth will end this shit.
We stand alone, nigga.
You feel hit, nigga? Check me, nigga. I said what I said.
Boss man.
Check me, nigga.
Yeah. One time in this thing.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's good, my good people?
Back at it once again.
Sound low, bro.
In this thing again. Say I sound low?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do something real quick.
What's good, D-Love? Salute.
Yes,
Salute. Appreciate you for sliding through. Welcome everybody into BBP. This is episode 53. We back in the building once again, and y'all know you see that thumbnail. Shit getting wicked around here, ain't it, Jizzle?
Little wicked.
Okay, you sound a little bit better.
I sound a little better. I might have to just scream this whole live. I don't know.
Yeah, because it just sound like you're a little distance away, but we'll work with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna bounce back out in a minute.
Okay. So yeah, man, of course we're gonna talk about the neo-Nazis. They done stepped out, which I told Jizzle, I feel like this type of shit happens every time this Cheeto face dude is actually in the seat. Knowing that they're always around. Huh?
I said sometimes you gotta pop out and show them.
Yeah.
They had to pop out and show them.
They gonna fuck around and get popped. Keep fucking around, get stuck in the ground. Ain't no bus to see. Y'all niggas better quit fucking with me. TWD, y'all. That's TWD, y'all. But yeah, we're gonna touch on that, man. We're gonna leave that for the meat and potatoes, man. So yeah, make sure you stick around for that. And of course, you know we gotta talk about this Super Bowl. You know we gotta talk about that, man.
Yeah. I got to sit up here. I got to sit up here and make this thing look real good, man. So we're gonna talk about it.
Oh man, just say what you feel. That's what my therapist told me, man. Say what you feel. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and crank things up, man. So again, welcome to BBP, episode 53. If it ain't big business, we ain't talking about it, man. So man, y'all settle in. It's time to go to work. Damn, I just said that. God, I hate that I just said that. Let's go, man.
I like that action. Okay, we here with it.
I like that action. Okay, we here with it.
We here with it.
There you go.
I sound a little better, man.
You sound a whole lot better. Now you sound like just, we good
Okay. Now. Okay. We here with it.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and start off, man, with the latest and whatnot.
Right. So
of course we know the Super Bowl. It was what it was. I didn't even see. They had more points than the Chiefs had yards at halftime.
Yeah. I know this is a tough one. This is a tough one for you, Jesse. Go ahead and get it out, bro.
the more points than we had yardage after playing a whole half. Never seen Mahomes play like that in my life. Never seen my team get demolished like that. Well, yeah, I have, but not in the past. We had some Trent Greens and some Alex Smiths and some hard times, some trying times. So we've been there. People see me with my Chiefs hoodie. My Chiefs hoodie is 13 years old. So, when you see that faded Chiefs hoodie, you can't say I'm no Swiftie. So we gonna ride. Yeah. Until the wheels fall off, and those will be my wheels, because until I go, I'm going to be a Chiefs fan.
Ain't mad at you. And I think you ain't seen them play like that since they picked up Mahomes, because, hell, I haven't either. You know, and, well, it kind of reminded me when he played against the people's champ, Tom Brady. They was on his top then. They was on his top. And, we chat about it before we get to the other part of the Super Bowl. But I told you, them defensive ends, they get up that field, it was going to be a problem. And they didn't blitz one time, bro.
Crazy.
Not one blitz.
My thing is, you got to protect your investment. If your investment is Mahomes, you got to put something there. They had a guard playing tackle all night. Guards and tackles, you could interchange them, but that's not what he does. That's not what he does. So, yeah,
somebody hurt.
I can't remember exactly why, but it's crazy.
Damn.
So, all bad, but it is what it is. I didn't bet no money on it.
Glorilla did.
Damn. You said Glorilla did? She lost some money?
128,000 she lost.
Damn.
I just seen that too.
Her dub ass. She from Missouri, so she gonna rock with the home team. I salute her for that. But
Of
yeah, that
course,
one
she's supposed to.
one good thing we did. We held Saquon under 100. I think.
And listen, that I think. What did I say? I said you can't focus on either offenses. You cannot focus on one aspect of either
Yeah.
offensive team. Like you can't just focus on the run because
Nah.
both got pretty good quarterbacks. You know, y'all got a great quarterback, and y'all
Nah.
did not run the fucking ball.
Yeah. Like. Yeah. Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. But we all in all, never got to any type of rhythm ever. By the time we landed something, it was garbage time. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
They
We
took
gonna
their
be
prayers out.
right. We gonna be back. We gonna be back. So
Yeah. And that's the question. That's the question.
yeah, we gonna be back. They know what they need to do.
Yeah.
But
That's
as far as
Andy Reid as a head coach, so y'all be straight.
yeah, got Reed, got Mahomes. But as far as the halftime, we talk about this halftime performance, and I think it's something going on with this. And well, I'll get into it a little later. But overall, I think me and you, we kind of agreed when it comes to this K. Dot halftime performance or whatnot. Uh, he performed the songs excellent. You talk about performance when it comes to hip hop. To me, your performance is based off if you can perform your work and keep it interesting. Like, as far as word for word, he never missed one word. He wasn't lip singing. To do what he did, like you look at Snoop Dogg, and for him to perform word for word with his music, okay, that yeah, you could do that. It's easy, but to perform as Kendrick Lamar and put down every bar on time, it takes a skill to do that for that amount of time.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I give him credit in that aspect, but what you say?
Yeah. I just want to let Vinyl Gorilla Records, we definitely gonna get into that. That is gonna be, the latter part of the show because we got a lot to talk about. He's
Yeah.
talking about Lincoln Heights. So yeah, just
Oh
stay
yeah.
tuned. We gonna hit it. Don't think we're not gonna touch it. We gonna touch it. So just bear with us. We got some other things we cover first, and we gonna get
Oh
there.
yeah.
But we really appreciate you for tuning in, for real.
Definitely salute. What's
But
good, Cupcake in the building?
yeah, definitely salute to Nicky New in the building. And what Jizzle was just talking about, it's very important, and I understand because I look at people like Beyonce, I look at people like Chris Brown, or I look at people like Usher,
Mm-hmm.
who go out there and perform, and they put on the show exactly how they practice it, and that's what Jizzle's speaking on. And matter of fact, let's take a look at this little clip from the Super Bowl, and maybe you'll understand what Jizzle's talking about.
It's a cultural divide. I'ma get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
Think it on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck. Your little sister.
So I don't know if you read what was on the screen as he performed. One, he did it without even cussing.
Right.
He added extra to it that wasn't originally a part of the song.
Yeah.
He gave you eye contact because that's very important when you performing. And I know the reason behind that one particular part. Say Drake. Nobody really thought he was gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So, because you don't really think of rappers having choreography a part of their performance. You wouldn't have seen that with Wayne. Hell no. And the fact that he was able to do the dance steps, the movements and things like that, rap, know when not to cuss, like you said, breathing while he's performing, because that's very. So when it comes to his performance And like I said, what he practiced, what he was ready to do, that shit was perfect. But
we got to talk about it.
I had some complaints. I think his song selection wasn't it. I mean, I think we all was hoping and wishing he performed A minor. I think we was hoping, and just said it. I know he gonna do it. I said, yeah, he gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I think he performed too many album cuts. What you think, Jules?
Yeah, I agree with that. I wish, start off with Humble. The track, the one that lost me was the song you like, people and that's a cool little jam. It's a cool little jam. I forget the name of the song, but that's not a Super Bowl song, man. That's just not that's not your energy song. He didn't do pull up, drink, says that, drink. Like you got to do songs, But of course, he definitely he had a certain message, and I think his I think he chose the songs. I will say that. I do think Hov probably would have gave him the right to choose his songs. I just wish, some of them songs with that more energy he would have did and wouldn't have had, because he had it started off on a high note, then it went down, and then it brought. And that's what performers do. They like to tell a story with their performance. Right. So in a regular setting where he's just doing a concert, that would have been dope to bring people up, take them down, bring them back up. But it's the Super Bowl, man. You gotta hit them with them hits. You gotta hit them with the number one hits that you have that was banging.
Right. And I heard somebody say that would have been a great performance for the Grammys. And I say, yeah, you're absolutely right. This is not a Super Bowl performance. And, as you touched on a bit, it was a message behind his performance. And if you didn't watch, it took me a couple of times to watch everything that was going on around him that's actually stood for something. And I think that was the bigger picture for him. Because we know K-Dot is that person who has a message in his music. And this time it was in his performance. And I want to play a clip real quick. D.L. Hewley actually touched on this. Y'all check this out.
The only time America ever listens to black people is when we're running, singing, dancing, or running, jumping, singing, dancing, or telling jokes. So I think it's incumbent on you as an entertainer, if you have a message, and I think he did, to deliver it in a way that both entertains and informs. And I think the people that didn't get it didn't want to. I think either they're Drake fans or Trump fans, and either way, who cares either way? The only time that America ever listens to us, if you look at the most pivotal changes in American history, they've been at the behest of sports. Muhammad Ali, what he did. LeBron James, what he did. All of those movies were started by athletes who had a forum, and they used it to bring awareness. So if they don't like what's happening, find another sport. You can watch bass fishing. You go, but it's the Super Bowl, and there's no way you're not going to see black excellence. I didn't think it was all about Drake at all. I thought it was a very subversive. There's a reason. The symbolism of Sam Jackson, the symbolism of the flag, the game that he was on, the jails. I mean, it all. Here's the thing about America: they can erase our history, but they damn sure can't stop us from making it. And I thought what he did was of the moment and of the culture. I think it was subversive. The people who were going to get it, who vibrated on his frequency, got it. And I think enough of them got it where they were offended by it. The national anthem, the black national anthem, they had to sit up there and watch Kendrick Lamar be subversive and brilliant. And it was done in front of a guy who's been trying to kill our history since the 20th. And he had to sit up there and watch us be black and fly. And I loved it. It was a bad time to be Drake, or it was a bad time to be Drake or Mahomes, though.
Salute to again, I think that's Johnny. Thanks for sliding through, man. Appreciate your presence. So of course, DL's talking about, the woke community. You feel like, If you didn't catch what he did during this performance, you choose not to. You didn't want to. You're not woke. Everybody's not a part of the woke community. We know that.
Yeah.
I think this was probably one of the biggest Super Bowl performances as far as views because of the expectation of the fans. You know what I'm saying? If this beef mess wasn't going on at all, I don't think it would have been that big. I think the majority of the people just wanted to see him show out on Drake. Let's be real. Let's be honest, bro.
Yeah, and back to the symbolism from it. I think the only thing I really caught like that was at first was how Samuel L. Jackson was dressed like Uncle Tom on that motherfucker, like the not Uncle Tom, but the the I Want You army poster.
Army.
Be a part of the army. I want you. He was basically wearing that outfit. And I'm pretty sure there's a deeper meaning. There's probably a video on YouTube right now breaking down every single piece of symbolism in it. But we're not gonna get too far. I said Uncle Tom, Uncle Sam. That's it. That's
Sam,
it. I'm like, that don't feel right, but it's Uncle something. Damn it. But yeah, man. And as far as the performance, man, I don't know about any of y'all out there, but I didn't hear any crowd in it. And now when I go, like when I was watching, I didn't hear I didn't hear nothing. Now I go to NFL YouTube page, they got the performance up, and that's what I hear. It sounds like a performance. Whenever he was performing it, I think there was some kind of audio tech fuck up. And the shit just wasn't playing. Like I couldn't hear. It sounded like he was on Hot 97 rapping. Like I didn't hear nothing but his voice and the beat, and that's it.
They put too much gate in that motherfucker or something. You know what I'm saying?
Something. I know they fixed it. When they uploaded it, because I sure hear it on that. But while it was live, I was like, the energy for me, I was just sitting there like. It was just weird, like the energy wasn't right because I didn't hear the crowd. You watch a performance, that's part of seeing a performance. You want to hear when the crowd goes crazy and the crowd goes nuts. If you can't hear none of that, then it makes it kind of weird, like for me at least.
Right. Nicky New said he has heavy alliteration in his bars, so that doesn't match with the heavy movements. Agreed. She also said, I always think of the Super Bowl of having bigness behind you, and I mean big, the set and choreography.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, for the people that was at the Super Bowl, they might got a different experience, and I meant to get that clip where Michael Blackson was talking about it. He was there. He said he didn't like the song selection. He said it was, it was kind of boring for him. But the people at home, oh man, y'all check this out.
Let's go, Master! Let me hear you say,
Hey, salute to Mustard, man.
oh my God! Oh my God! Turn his TV off! Turn his TV off! Oh, Drake, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Drake.
Certified. Oh, yeah, fuck him on. Those people start. not like us. They not like us.
I know you want to
Pointers like a Kobe game. 7 so make them plain. I'm popping up shit, that's for my name.
Oh my man, look.
Yeah. Hey. And think about it. People was all around that TV for the goddamn halftime show. You know, I think a lot of people, especially women who may not watch football, was at a Super Bowl party just for the halftime show. Especially the West Coast. The West Coast was in attendance wherever they were at. I think the West Coast stopped for that, 30, 45-minute performance?
Oh, yeah. It just stopped. It stopped completely.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to understand, because, you know, K-Dot is the West Coast savior, if you ask me, man. And that's my opinion. They was trying to give it the game for a minute, but nah, K-Dot said, nah, you ain't do it right, bro. You ain't do it right. So I definitely salute K-Dot because he had a hell of a 2024, brought in 2025, just as hype, but not so hype. I don't know, man. I wonder what he's gonna do the rest of this shit, though.
I say chill.
Chill.
Throw out videos every now and again. You know, the Peekaboo seem like people like that song. Maybe throw a video for that or whatnot. But hey, keep it rolling. You know, shit, ride the wave out.
Absolutely. And before we leave this segment of Drake, I got it back here. I want to play it because we was talking about symbolism earlier and what his performance symbolizes.
Right.
So I'm gonna just leave y'all with this before we move on, and then we'll jump into the next topic.
The flag is drenched with our blood because you see, so many of our ancestors was killed because we have never accepted slavery. We had to live on it, but we've never wanted it. So we know that this flag is drenched with our blood. So what the young people are saying now, give us a chance to be young men, respected as a man, as we know this country was built on the black backs of black people across this country. And if we don't have it, you ain't gonna have it either, because we gonna tear it up. That's what they saying. And people ought to understand that. I don't see why they don't understand that. They know what they've done to us. All across this country, they know what they've done to us.
Yeah. See that type, you know, and see when you talk like that, some white people will like it brings it's like a defense. It's like a defense thing to even hear stuff like that. Oh, why do we have to keep why can't, even when you this whole DEI discussion and all that, like it's a whole defense thing that some white people go into when you even mention anything like that. Like it should just be just forget about it and just don't. We want the best, you know, we want the best candidate regardless of the race. It does, like, I don't care about, the best person should get the job like that. But you missed the whole point of why it was even put in place. Right. I was speaking to someone today about it. This white lady, I think she's like 39, and that's her position. Like she's firm on that position that, you know, and she voted for Trump, but, you know, luckily enough, I can talk to her candid about damn near anything. But in this discussion, I'm like, you don't, realize that yeah, I know, but and it's always a but we should just all forget about like I said, your racism percentage. I give everybody a racism percentage at my job, and I think I told her racism percentage went up after that discussion. It was at 13, and now her racism percentage is at 28. So you know, you know,
I think they, of course, like she said, they know what was done, whether you was a part of it or not. I think they don't want us to be able to continue to talk about it. And that's why we talk about reparations. That's why we talk about 40 acres and a mule, because nothing has been done for us since this shit was done to us. And until something is done for all of Black America, you're going to continue to hear it. And not only that, you're going to continue to hear it if we continue to see the things we see with the boys in blue. And then you're gonna continue to see it when we see what we're gonna talk about in the meat and potatoes. Because if you want us to just forget about it, which will never happen, you have to help us feel better about what we went through. Now I know the common citizen can't do that, but the government can.
And I think the only part that I kind of feel that you said nothing has been done for. There has been something has been done for us since slavery, but that might be a little. I might be threading the needle there, but things have happened. But just to say, just act like it didn't happen, like that to me is wild. Because you know what, I seen something called September 11th, and the slogan was "Never Forget." You know, forgive. You can do that, but they were saying never forget for that, but won't say never forget for that.
Right. And not to poke at you or go back and forth. When you say something has been done, is it suffice? Was it enough? As long as I'm 44 years old, I haven't seen it.
Right, and that's why I say I'm sort of threading the needle. But just when it comes to the ability to, I mean, I could say a bunch of things that we can do now that we couldn't do then. So that's what, and it would all be basically some civil rights, normal shit that everybody should have to,
right.
That should have, you know. So
that we should have been had.
That we should have been had. But in all, one thing I do realize is that before the 19th century, there was no, like, it don't matter where you go in the world, there was slaves everywhere. Like their civilizations were built in certain ways the whole time. Now technology and, you know, as far as them transversing these seas and all of that shit got better, and it just made them able to do it better. But I do realize it don't matter if you go to Egyptian civilization, Rome civilization, there's been slavery damn near every civilization ever known to man that is considered to be great. So I do understand that as well, you know, and that's no excuse. That's no excuse at all. I don't, you know, but yeah.
So this is actually a great segue into the next topic we're gonna touch on, which is the Sonia Massie lawsuit settlement. Y'all remember Sonia Massie, the young lady who was killed in her home by a police officer?
Yeah.
And just to go back just a second to what you said is like, you think her family would forget about this? No, because you was wrong in what you did. And I think me and Charlize chopped it up a little bit in the inbox. Like, this is one of the quickest goddamn settlements I've ever seen in my damn life. You know what I'm saying? It took a while for the young lady, I always forget her name. The one in Kentucky, he got shot by the officers when they did the no-knock raid. It'll come to me. Start with an S too, I believe. But it took a while for them to finally settle for her.
Right.
And it's like that in a lot of cases. But let's take a look at this news clip. It gives a little bit more details on about the settlement, and we'll chop it up a little bit once we get done.
Some closure today for the family of Sonia Massie. The Sangamon County has reached a settlement agreement with the family for $10 million for her tragic death. Massie was shot and killed inside her Springfield area home last July by Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson. She called 911 because she feared someone was trying to break into her home. The settlement is expected to get the final stamp of approval from the county board next week. Grayson remains in jail, awaiting trial on murder charges.
Watch breaking news on YouTube.
So I thought they my bad. I thought he had got off for the trial. I didn't know. I thought they had said he was could be released at some point.
Yeah, I thought he actually was like out on bond. That's what I thought. I thought I heard the same thing. But I guess that wasn't true. I don't even remember where I heard that from. But obviously he's still locked up. Yeah. Now the fact that this lawsuit settlement came so fast, what do you think is going to happen to him in court? Because it's like, we paid you.
Right.
Let him walk free. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I hope that's not the case. I don't think it is. But I'm very surprised that this lawsuit came so quick and with so much money, because I don't think the young lady in Kentucky got that much. I'm gonna have to look that up because it's gonna bother me.
She said Breonna Taylor. I thought
Breonna
Taylor.
Breonna Taylor.
Oh, that was her? Okay.
Yeah, Breonna Taylor.
And see, you basically, so you got the civil suit money before the criminal case was even done with. So in a case like that, then if all of these different boards and all of this approved all of that, then shouldn't that make the process of the criminal case go through faster? Like you would think, okay, we giving you all this money, so okay, us being the state, okay, now we done gave you this money. Now, okay, now the criminal case is still going on, so you would think that shit just go through faster. Like it okay, now it's a wrap. It's open and shut case. We know what to do with him now.
Absolutely. I agree with you 1,000%, because the settlement says they're taking ownership of what happened. And if that is the case, that dude should not walk free. He should be charged with exactly what he's being charged with, which is murder. Point blank period. So I agree with you 100%, man. Can't deny that. You hit it right on the head, bro.
Yeah, and because you already. I mean, shit. What else is there to do? Like, are there, and like fuck around and be like, oh, well, since you got the money, now we're since you got the 10 M's, now we're gonna let this man free because you got the money. Like, no.
I hope not. And I'm speaking because I just don't trust the government. I don't trust the law. It works for who they want it to work for, and that's just how I always seen it. But Nikki say they say that, but they roll in racial mud come voting time and before, of course.
Oh, she talking about the white people that be like, oh, just forget about it. Like,
oh yeah, she's talking about what you said. Okay.
Yeah.
Depending on who represents the plaintiff, they generally know how much the firm can get and start negotiations there. Your lawyer means everything. Yeah. But I just never seen it happen like this.
Like,
they get the money, then they go to trial.
Yeah, But and a lot of times the civil suit it comes after, because what the person is sentenced to be some probation time. Now, okay, we got to get something. Shit, you not just finna skate off like that. Like,
yeah, and I hope not. I hope everything goes like it's supposed to. Something else I could have added to the docket for tonight is the DA here in Brunswick got off. The one who tried to cover it up for Ahmaud Arbery. I kind of had that feeling it was going to happen because, we got 3. And I just had a sick feeling that they was going to let her escape. And the judge, he don't see not 1 ounce of evidence that points that she tried to cover it up. The fuck do you mean?
Damn.
But that's a whole nother discussion.
Right. Not an ounce.
Not an ounce. That's exactly what he said. Not an ounce.
A gram? What do you want?
But it kind of made me think the same way that I was thinking about Sonia Massie. We gave you this, let them go free. We gave you them 3, let her go free. That's how I was looking.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's what happened. So,
what's good, Uno in the building?
Salute, Uno, what happening, bro? But I don't think the case can be retried because the judge made his decision.
Yeah,
and it wasn't a jury trial. It was the judge who made the decision. I think that's just the end of it. And right. I think it's some bullshit that she got to walk like that, man.
Yeah. But yeah.
Salute to Sonia Massie's family. I know it doesn't bring your daughter, sister, cousin, auntie, mother back, but hopefully it can help start the healing process because you're never going to get over it. Never.
Yeah. But yeah, we going to keep the show rolling. Cupcake say, honestly, the video of Sonia Massie's murder is bad. That's going to be a defense attorney's nightmare. Yeah, that it is. There's not too much you can defend there with it. So I definitely agree with you, Cupcake, but
big facts.
We're gonna keep moving to this situation. Boss brought this to my attention in Sacramento, in Sacktown.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And this one, I gotta follow this a little closer this time when I watched this, because I only watched this one time, but initially when I watched it, there was a little confusion about the how they decide who gets what call. It's basically boils down to who gets what call when you're dealing with certain calls that aren't an immediate threat and things like that. But definitely for those people in the building, definitely hit that like button one time for the one time. And y'all in the audience, just listen to see if y'all can kind of decipher what they're trying to do here. I think I got it, but it was something, I had a question about something and I can't remember it, but we're going to go ahead and chop this up, break this down, figure this thing out. I'm going to be figuring it out with y'all. I think, Boss, you probably got it, but I got it, but I didn't at the same time. So let's go ahead and do this, man.
Here on CBS 13, the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office pulling back on its response to certain mental health calls, the result of a federal court ruling. We told you last week about concerns from firefighters and mental health advocates, and tonight the Sheriff's Office and the sheriff himself is responding.
A reporter covering Sacramento County, Madison Keevy, is getting answers on what's next and how other counties will tackle the issue.
For far too long, when someone calls us, it's not a crime. Why have we been doing this all along?
That question answered by a new Sacramento County Sheriff's policy. They won't respond to non-criminal mental health calls anymore.
Being mentally ill is not a crime, but yet we're being here, being forced to be there and be that person. And I'm at the point, as sheriff elected, enough's enough.
The policy change that's already in effect is in response to a Ninth Circuit Court ruling that removed qualified immunity where no crime is being committed. That leaves officers at risk of potential lawsuits.
And officers can be held personally liable. Personally liable. The fire department can't, mental health professionals can't.
We've spoken to Sacramento Metro Fire, and they say that this new policy puts all firefighters in the county at risk.
So, so far, what I'm getting, this part, what he said right here.
Department can't, mental health professionals can't, personally liable.
Suits.
And officers can be held personally liable. Personally liable. The fire department can't, mental health professionals can't.
So, for these mental health, non-violent calls, the police department can be held personally liable if something fucked up happens, somebody dies, somebody gets shot, something like that. They can be held personally liable, but the fire department can't. And the crazy part about when he said that, her immediately after that, she says,
We've spoken to Sacramento Metro Fire, and they say that this new policy puts all firefighters in the county at risk.
So they can't be held personally liable, but it still puts the fire department at risk if they respond to something like this. What's your what you got for me, man?
I definitely feel like, law enforcement should be liable. I think when the fire department say they're going to be at risk, I don't think it's accusations or being accused of what happened at the scene, because I think it could be something from I don't know what you call, I guess the suspect, the victim, or whatever, could do something to them. You know what I'm saying? Because now they have to respond. And we know some of these mental patients, they attack the police with knives and all kind of things, in which we done seen in the past how that turned out. But we talking about fire department, people like that, they don't carry no guns or no tasers or nothing like that. So they are at risk. I don't think they're at risk of being accused of something happening to the mental patient. That's what I got from it.
Okay. And I could get that. And D-Love kind of said, she kind of echoed the same thing, kind of, where she said, because you all have firearms, and I can understand that. They're not equipped. The fire department isn't equipped to handle such a call, where if someone come rushing at them or pull out a gun, the fire department, they got a damn hose full of water. That's not, that's not sufficient to be handling these calls.
It'll help.
Right.
Seen the press of a goddamn fire hose?
Yeah. We seen them fire hoses in Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. So we see what the fire hose can do, but that's not.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay. Anything else before we keep going?
No, go ahead. I got something else, but I'm gonna wait till the end of this video.
All right.
Unless yeah.
All right.
So my question to you is, what were those conversations like with them?
What do they expect us to do? I'll be honest, there's no crime. We're not the bodyguards for everybody.
And he looked fed up. This man right here, he looked like he is fed the fuck up for resources that are going to these calls, and ain't shit happening. It's real crimes going on. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
If there's no crime being committed, why is law enforcement there?
What is your response?
We have a great relationship with law enforcement. This isn't an us versus them thing. This is a bad court decision that was brought down with unintended consequences.
Right after Sheriff Jim Cooper spoke to media, we went back to Sac Metro Fire, echoing what they told us first last week. They need backup on these types of calls.
But at the end of the day, if our company officers are not comfortable going in on an incident because there's a potential for somebody to get hurt or killed, we're not going to be able to make entry, and that's going to hurt the community.
The court's decision.
Listen. First of all, let me say this. I'm glad to see somebody doing something about these mental patient calls, because I used to talk about this so much. I was tired of seeing these people lose their life on a call. Some of the calls, the mental health patient may have a weapon in his hand. The police got to come, regardless. You have to come because he's a threat to harming himself or herself and the
Right.
people around him. You feel me? So
Right.
law enforcement have to be there. If the mental health patient is having an episode that's non-violent,
Right.
which I don't know what that looks like because I have never been around. I haven't seen that.
Right.
But if they're not a threat to no one, then I agree. Why should law enforcement come?
So
Why?
for example, mental health patient, homeless person on the street, just going crazy, belligerent, out of their mind, running in front of cars, which can be dangerous. Something like that. You think that's something a fire
Yes.
department should be handling?
Yes. They just sitting outside, laying on the pavement, just banging their head on the ground. They ain't hurt nobody. But of course, they're harming themselves. But why do law enforcement have to come? I think a common citizen can stop them from banging their head on the ground, but at the same time, you need some medical attention to this person. So fire department probably need to come and the medics. Because if they've been sitting there banging their head, then we don't need the law enforcement. Because they banging their head, all of a sudden, the person jumped up, just started running at them. What happened? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think in those particular cases, yes, law enforcement, sit this one out. They can handle this.
And I think it's just about, like, I don't think there should be a law there should be no clear and concise law that says if it's this and if it's this, then we're not going to come and they have to come. Like, every situation is different. If there's a person up on a 20-story building, or let me just say 5-story building, okay, the fire department, they know how to move through buildings and escalate to heights. They got all kind of hoists and different apparatuses and shit to retrieve people. So if it's something like that, okay, send the fire department and we'll have a police go out there with y'all. Like, I don't feel like there's any one law to be written to say if it's this and if it's this, then police aren't coming. No, it's got to be a case-by-case basis. This is not something that should be handled in a courtroom. This should be handled by case-by-case basis, whether the call goes to 911 or 998, whatever the fire number is. They should communicate with each other. These two things have to work in tandem, I feel like.
Absolutely. They should work together. And what you speak of, I think law enforcement should be backup. They should show up, but they should not be the first one to come in contact with the mental patient. You know what I'm saying? The fire department or whoever comes, if it's the medics, if they come, they should be the first one in contact. If things were to get out of hand where it turns violent, then maybe law enforcement should be, okay, I got you. Sit back. I'm going to tase them just to, diffuse the situation. Keep your fucking gun in your holster, bro. Please.
Yeah.
Not less than lethal, man. Something, bro. You feel me? So I get what you're saying. It's never going to be cut dry like that, man. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because when it comes down to it, if someone is behind, say, someone's up in a building somewhere, in an apartment building, I would happen to think that the fire department could get up to that person faster than the police, just by what fire people are trained to do, breaching, entry, and all of that shit. That's their type of thing. Like, they can do that shit. I feel like quicker than police. They be fumbling. Oh, let me go back to my car and get the battle round. The fucking fire department, they coming with that shit. Like, so, it got to be. You said what?
And then they also have the things, if it's somebody who's about to jump out the window, they have the little things to catch them. They also have a fire ladder that can reach them as well.
Yep. So it's got to be a concerted effort between both departments. There's no cut and dry. The dude who was talking, the police chief or whoever, the black dude, he was talking that he was emotional. It looked like his eyes was all bucking. If this is if this problem is not then we should not be like just his whole aura. It just screamed out he was mad about some shit.
Something that probably happened before in his jurisdiction. Yeah, and his crew got accused of it. And of course, if somebody lost their life because of it, then they got sued.
Yeah, and what's good? Pittsburgh chat supervisor Braden Hopkins. What's good?
Salute. Appreciate you tuning in.
Hell of a name. But yeah, let's continue. Let's continue.
Impacts law enforcement across the state. Just like in Sacramento, it's up to the departments to make changes.
Has your department decided how you're going to handle this moving forward?
We have, and it's going to be fluid, and we're going to address it as it comes.
In San Joaquin County, the sheriff's office will still respond to non-criminal mental health calls.
Sacramento's response to this is one way of doing it, and I'm sure other agencies will probably go that direction too, and we may eventually also. But right now, we're just trying to do it on a case-by-case basis.
You're not leaving
Right, that's the right answer.
Anybody in the lurch.
No, as a matter of fact, when I heard about it that next morning, I called the chief and said, "Hey, look, let's talk about us, and we're not going anywhere. We're here for you guys, and they're there for us sometime."
So what does this mean for anyone who calls 911 in Sacramento County for a mental health crisis? If there's no crime being committed, the sheriff's dispatch will transfer the call to 988, which is the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. We've also reached out to other departments to see how they plan to respond.
And I think that's kind of what Cupcake was kind of mentioning in the chat, that some cities have, some cities have mental health intervention teams, but very few. And that does sound like something that would, that should be, in place type of thing. She also says a lot of mental health incidents are extreme and volatile. I've seen it happen personally, and dealing with someone with these mental episodes and things, you can only imagine. So, or I could only imagine.
I mean, we're talking about if we're talking about saving someone's life, I think this should be practiced all over the world. You know what I'm saying? This shouldn't be just done here in California or Sacramento. It should be done all over the world. They should have teams that give somebody else a job to respond to things like this. Come with a straight jacket, all that type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Bring those guys who have to deal with these patients in these facilities on a daily basis. Send them out there. You know what I'm saying? Send somebody who can lead the I guess you call it a rescue of this person from themselves, and bring those guys who know how to handle it. Yeah, why not? Why not?
That's what they train for. Sure. You train for something. Police train for something. Fire department train for something. Mental health experts, they're trained for something. So, and in all, what I will say is it's all easier said than done. I do realize that. So, but I thought that was interesting, very interesting topic.
I don't think it's gonna happen overnight, but I think that's something that they all should start working towards.
Yeah, facts. That's facts. Yeah, man, we're gonna keep it rolling up here. We here with it. BBP episode number 53. And you know what I found out? If you type in, we didn't snuck in the algorithm. Now this is episode number 53. If you type in BBP spacebar, and you can type any number from here, from 1 to 53, and guess what pop up?
We gonna pop up. Yeah.
Be there with.
Yeah.
I was typing in a random number. I said BBP EP 36. Boom, that motherfucker popped up. BBP episode 43, bitch popped up. So, if you ever lose contact with our channel, people, if you just type in BBP EP and then type in a random number between 1 and 53, then we'll pop up.
Definitely will pop up. I love to hear that, man. That's big, man. We've been doing this shit 53 weeks. That's a year and a week. So
Yeah.
we've been doing it actually longer than that, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I think some weeks we were skipping.
Oh yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah, when we first started. But yeah, man, we're gonna keep the show rolling. And this is the for those who sat here and waited for the meat and potatoes, this is the last segment prior to that. And we call this the feel good story of the night. And I feel good about this one. So let's get to it. So the night's feel good story comes from the same place we started the show with. Yeah, but they was actually in Louisiana. But these guys, they was in Louisiana.
Just say Jalen Hurts. Just say Jalen.
No, I ain't saying Jalen. I ain't saying Jalen.
Okay.
I ain't saying Jalen.
Never mind.
No.
Keep it going.
No.
I'm gonna set this one out. Damn it. Nah.
Yeah, I got to rep for the home team, man. And down here, we call Philadelphia. We don't call them the Eagles. They're the Philadelphia Bulldogs because 7 of their defensive players that starts come from Georgia Bulldogs, and most of them come from the championship team that Kirby Smart had. And stupid ass Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, they just
nice fun fact. Yeah, what is them Falcons doing?
They stupid, bro.
Hey, that's a good fun fact though, because I didn't know that. I did not know that. I knew Slade, but I did not know that the Georgia Bulldogs they did that for the Eagles. They should have did it for the Falcons, but
no, the Falcons just passed the guys up like whoop de doo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should have Falcons. I don't know. They got something going on. Who was the GM? Man, fire that man.
They done fired him, but then him. I don't know. They hire a bunch of idiots, and Arthur Blank, he's getting senile and he don't understand. He wants certain players like
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones and shit. Like, man, sit your ass down over there and just be rich.
Right.
Man, you don't know nothing about this shit.
Right.
But
bring back Ezekiel Elliott. What the fuck?
Fuck no. But yeah, I want to play this little clip, man, because one of our hometown heroes played for the Eagles, and he's probably one of the best defensive players on the Philadelphia Eagles defense. And we talk about Mr. Darius Slay himself, cornerback number 2, Mr. Wickmade. Yeah, y'all check this out, man. I feel so good, and I'm proud of this man because I watched him all his career.
I envisioned that all my career from when I was in Detroit until when I was in Philly. So yeah, so that's where the parade be at, Broad Street.
Oh man, I didn't know that video was that damn short. Hold on, people.
Well, we seen him
all my career from when I was in Detroit until when I was in Philly. So
hold on, man. I was just trying to stay away from some of these videos.
Why they do that, man? Like that? Why they?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I was scared to play one of these other ones that's on NFL Fox. I don't know how they be feeling about certain shit, so I just went to one that was
them Eagles, fly Spiegels.
I know Charles is happy. Darius Slay.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely. Because I got a dog at the day.
Yes, sir.
Fellow DB.
Yes,
who
sir.
held it down. The last Super Bowl we was at, I didn't shake your hand before the game. I said, I ain't going to shake your hand till you win it.
Yes, sir.
Y'all didn't win. Before the game today, I shook your hand.
Yeah.
Y'all got the thing done.
You done.
I want to know for me, man, did you pull up a chair today out there and watch that defensive line go to work? 'Cause you ain't getting no work. I saw you one time late in the game.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that defensive line, man, and what them boys did out there.
We knew we would put the weight on their shoulders, as in, of course, because everybody knows big defense. They're not really too crazy as a blitz and defense, but when we do, we do. But we knew them guys, 4-man rush. We knew we could get to it. Man, we got some of the best edge rushers in the league, and they work together, and that's what makes them best.
Yeah, man. Salute them boys, man. Salute that line, man. Salute that.
Yeah, man. Hey, I ain't want to play too much. I felt like, hey, don't test it, boss.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Salute to Darius Slay, Wicktown, Brunswick, Georgia representative, and the rest of them dogs, and of course the entire Eagles. Fly Eagles. Fly Eagles. Fly. I know Kevin Hart and Gilly, them boys probably still celebrating to this day.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sorry, Jules. My fault, man.
You know the crazy part? If we would have won, we wouldn't even have had a parade because of what happened the last time. Like they already said, whenever it was like 22 people injured, it was a shooting at the parade, the Chiefs parade.
Oh, yeah.
They came out and said that the Chiefs would not have a parade due to last year. If they would have won, they wouldn't have had a parade in the town. Like, it's crazy. So that would have been weird in itself. They would have had some shit at the stadium or something, like, you know, have people come out for free. Probably they would have did it a different way, but it wouldn't have been no parade through the streets. And they announced that before, I think 2 days before the game. They said, yeah, if we have it, we're not gonna risk it. We don't, you know, because there was 22 people injured in that shooting. So
they shouldn't have said that. They should have, and they probably said, we're not gonna have a parade this year. Who the fuck said y'all was gonna win, huh?
Right. If the Chiefs win, then
oh man. But yeah, man. Salute. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say my brother told me that a couple of days before the game. He said, "Yeah, man, you know they ain't gonna have the." I said, "Man, we gotta win first, man." Like,
for real, you can't look over these Eagles, man. But before we end this segment, my prediction. Both of them will be back next year again. If not, I'm going to give a second prediction. It's going to be Eagles versus Buffalo.
Baltimore. Oh, okay. I thought you was going to say Baltimore.
Buffalo.
I wish, if the Chiefs didn't win, I was rooting for the Buffalo. That's crazy. But I can see that.
Yeah, I just don't see nobody beating the Eagles next year because they bring pretty much everybody back. Yeah, man. This was tonight's feel-good story of the night.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to get into this meat and potatoes of this show. And this one, it's going to be one of them ones. The neo-Nazism that's going on. And I don't know. I'm gonna save my commentary.
So yeah, this is what's been happening the last few days. Ran across my desk and I actually seen some of the footage, not from the news, but from actually somebody that was there, showing it, and it was about to get ugly. But we're gonna show this news clip, and then we're gonna chop it up. If I can find that clip, which I think I can, I'll show that to you guys as well. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. These are the neo-Nazis, and they're down there in Lincoln Heights, man, and things getting crazy.
Well, developing news tonight, a group of neo-Nazis marching through downtown Columbus just hours ago. In videos shared with us by our viewers, you can see a group of about a dozen men carrying flags with swastikas and yelling slurs at African Americans. We want to warn you now, the video may be disturbing to some viewers.
Y'all ain't done, are you?
And that group marching down High Street in the Short North, which is where we find 10 TV's Carla Rogner with more. Carla, you talked with some people who witnessed this march. What did they have to say to you?
Yeah, Colin, they marched right down High Street today. We talked to a group of men who were inside their home near here watching the Ohio State game when they started hearing racial slurs being yelled outside. Dwight Holland took this video on his cell phone of what they saw when they came outside. A group of men wearing all black with red skull masks on their faces. They carried megaphones and flags with swastikas on them. Video shows the neo-Nazis yell the N-word at Holland and his friend Dante Bell multiple times. They believe that the men were trying to get a reaction out of people. Dante and Dwight feel this hate speech has no place in their neighborhood.
Well, most of them are cowards. You know, they don't want to show their faces like the KKK. They wear the hoods and whatnot. But I mean, it's like I said, it's 2024.
All the race is really redundant if you really think about it, because we've been doing it for years. I just want us to all be peaceful. We can all be peaceful and love each other if we learn how to respect each other.
And police ended up confronting the group over on Goodale Street near 315, but police tell us that no one was injured and they did not make any arrests. Reporting in Columbus, Carla Rogner, 10 TV News.
Carla, thank you so much. Columbus City leaders are also taking to social media tonight, condemning the hateful rhetoric and rejecting the group's message tonight. You're going to see some statements here made just hours ago from Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther, City Attorney Zach Klein, and City Council President Shannon Hardin. Mayor Ginther saying in part, the Columbus community stands squarely against hatred and bigotry. We will not allow any of our neighbors to be intimidated, threatened, or harmed because of who they are, how they worship, or whom they love. Zach Klein echoing Ginther's statements, adding that hate is not welcome in the city of Columbus. Shannon Hardin placing blame on President-elect Trump for, quote, emboldening these creeps, end quote. He says Columbus will always stand with those the group is trying to intimidate.
Do you have a car?
So, from just watching it, you know, on the surface, right? Just watching it on the surface, you know, can you call it a protest? What are they protesting? I tend to, when I see something like a protest going on, that's the first question I ask. What are y'all protesting? Protesting what? We got California protests going on now, and they're specifically protesting executive orders that Trump is trying to put into play when it comes to the birthright citizenship of Mexican Americans who come over and they have a kid, and their kid being, you know, which goes directly against the 14th Amendment, by the way. But usually there's something that they're protesting. You look back at George Floyd, what is their purpose? What is their, you know, you kind of know all the time kind of what people are protesting. I'm not going to lie. This shit, it kind of looked random. And I got an article I'm going to read from, but I guess what's your thoughts? You're on mute.
My fault. And I'm glad you actually brought up the purpose of the protest. And I don't think that was a protest. If that's what they're trying to call it, that's cap. Let me do this because I'm actually trying to pull up something, so it's going to make me look like I'm robotic. But anyway, this is very random. Like you said it looks random. No, it is. And you heard what the young lady said, the reporter said. I think somebody, I can't remember who she said, they're blaming this on Trump.
Oh, yeah. People.
And
I think that was the term she said.
And I said the same thing. I said, because we don't see this type of shit happening, not saying they don't exist, but we don't see it happening until Cheese Faces is in the goddamn seat.
Yeah.
They feel empowered by Trump being the president, bro.
Yeah. And I think that may have something to do with it, and it probably does. Just the rhetoric that you see from him. We go back to the rally and how he, you know, there was people up there making Latino American jokes at his rallies and all of that for his presidency, and it just the narrative behind Trump, that as it stands, it definitely does. It kind of emboldens what they believe in. make it great again. Even simply that term alone, MAGA, that kind of emboldens what they believe in,
right?
To a certain extent. Of course, I believe they should have the right to do this. I don't believe, as far as if they didn't do anything wrong, because they have been doing this. They have done it before in the past. We've seen them do it before. I want to read this real quick because
you think it's okay for them to do this?
I don't agree with what they're standing for, no. But I believe in, I guess, the country's right to have people gather and say what they believe in. Like that, I don't disagree with that, because that's the same thing that allows us to do what we do sometimes. And after reading and looking into it, they didn't do shit really. They came, they made their little videos, and they got ran the fuck off. That's basically what happened. From looking at your video and what I'm about to read next, it's like, yeah, they just got ran the fuck up out of there type shit. But yeah, I do believe people have the right to do this. If this is what y'all believe in, y'all got the right to do this shit, because this is America.
Okay.
I mean, am I tripping with that? Miss T said they don't have the right, and
I look at it different just a little bit, bro, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think I should be good now. If what they were doing was okay, and I understand everybody have the right to express themselves. A lot of people express themselves totally different from the norm, and this is not normal, the things that they're actually practicing. But let's think about the law. Let's think about what they said in the article. Let's think about what the governor said. We don't tolerate people who practice hate, right? They have a fucking law, and you'll spend the rest of your life in jail if it becomes a part of your charge, called a hate crime. That's what happened to these guys here in Brunswick who killed the mod. It was a hate crime. Made it malice murder. So these guys are this group of this organization, if that's what we're going to call it. They're not practicing peace or nothing like that. They're practicing hate. Is that they're right? I get what you're saying. It is. But is that what we want in society if we're going to make America great again? Fuck no.
What? Yeah, and that's true. If you're going to make it great again, you got to make that hate great again as well, because that's what the fuck was going on. That's why I say that shit is, but I can understand, when you talk about the hate crime, and I think the key word in hate crime is crime. And I think the only difference here is there was no crime to go with the hate. So, yeah, if they were out there, throwing Molotov cocktails and throwing fucking grenades and burning crosses and on people's property, there would be some crime along with it. But y'all just coming out in these masks, ain't no stock in that shit. Ain't no stock in that shit. And one could even go as far to say, and I don't look at things a lot the same as a lot of people when it comes to this stuff. But what I will say, my people was burning down buildings and shit during protests. Now, these people, they wasn't burning shit down, they wasn't doing none of that. They came out, they screamed some obscenities and got ran the fuck off. Like, I don't know. I feel like the crime got to go with the hate. If you just come out and you hate and you verbal about your hate all you want to. You ain't moving shit. You not doing. There ain't no move. Ain't no needles. You not moving no needle. You coming out here with this mask on because you're afraid of what the fuck if people take pictures of your ass and blast you on social media. I don't know, but that's just
Who ran
how
them
I
off?
view it. Huh?
Who ran them off?
Let me read this. Let me
Yeah,
read
go
this.
ahead. Go ahead.
It looked like regular people, And you remember that video? It made reading this when I read this. It reminded me of that video where, and we don't have a video now, but Boss sent me a video where this dude was like, "Oh no, they got to get the." He had his camera in his hand. Yeah, you see this shit, and he was showing it. Yeah, we gonna get them the fuck up out of here. Oh yeah, y'all gonna get the fuck up. And it was, other folks around him like, nah, this shit ain't.
Talking about
is that
this?
it?
Yeah,
Is
but
that
I'm gonna
it?
let you read. I'm gonna let you read it, but that's it
Yeah.
right there.
Okay, so we gonna get in that. What's good? Carol Smith in the building. What's good? What's good? So I'm gonna read this article right here. This is from BIN News, which is Black Information Network. BINnews.com. I source them on multiple occasions. They talk about black folks, so I'm black. So I'm gonna go to this site every now and again. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up just so people see. Since I got it up, might as well share my screen. There we go, right there. That's what we dealing with, people. That's what we dealing with. Look at this. Oh man. Cupcake says extremism isn't legal until the acts become illegal. Generally speaking, yeah. Generally speaking, yeah. So this is what we dealing with. What you see on the screen right here, and these people, they don't like any fucking body. They don't like anybody. It's harder to spot a Jewish person as opposed to a black person when they walking down the street. So of course they're gonna scream out some shit when they see a black person, but it's probably some people with Jewish blood right behind him as he makes that hand motion. But it says residents of a historic black community. Keyword, historic black community. Confronted a group of neo-Nazis waving swastika flags and brandishing a sign that read, "America for the White Man." According to CNN, roughly a dozen neo-Nazis wore all black clothing and red face masks as they waved swastika flags on Friday, February 7th along a highway overpass between Evandale and Lincoln Heights. Known as the first all-black self-governing city north of the Mason-Dixon line. The group pinned red swastika banners on the fence overpass along the with the America White Man sign. Residents of the historic black community approached the neo-Nazis as police officers stood in between them. The confrontation prompted the white supremacist group to back up and flee the scene. The protest, while very offensive, was not unlawful, police said in a statement. The protest was short-lived in duration. The protesters left the area on their own. No further action was taken by Evandale Police Department. Sunday's demonstration comes as white nationalist groups are becoming increasingly brazen with their hateful rhetoric and racial ideologies in Ohio. Last November, the white supremacist organization Hate Club waved swastika flags and shouted racial slurs through a Columbus neighborhood. So, I'm not going to read the rest of that, but I mean, just from reading that, man, them folks, they got little, as some would say. They came in very big and they got very little after they seen what was going on. So, I don't know, man.
I mean, I get everybody have the right to, voice their opinions about how they feel, what they believe in. I get all of that.
I'm listening, man. I got you in my ear. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
Now you good. I feel that this type of behavior could cause something greater or something that could be a big problem in that community. Someone could lose their life. So I think the act of preventing that to happen is not going to happen unless it happens from a common citizen, because law enforcement can't do anything to them unless they're breaking the law. And like, Nikki said, being an extremist and voicing your opinion, whether it's crazy to say certain things in a certain neighborhood, they're not breaking the law. I get it. It's goofy to me because if a black guy was to walk through it and one of them just stab him, now you just committed a crime. But guess what? Your job is to preserve life, right? We're not going to do that because you're not breaking the law. But if somebody kills him, we're going to put you in jail for the rest of your life for a hate crime. The same hate crime, the same person who, initiated the hate, started this bullshit with this dumbass protest, and you allowed it to happen. It's a domino effect, and I understand how. I get it. It's your right. I get it. But man, that shit dumb as hell. I mean, y'all take a look at this, man. Y'all listen to this. Maybe this might help you understand.
Here's coming. Carl, the cop's going to give us an escort to Freddie's car, and he's going to let the boss. Look at all the niggers coming. I think he got problems, Jake. Yeah, that's what I was concerned. I was like, you guys are driving the truck, and my little ass is going to be walking.
Pause it. Can you pause it?
And they call us cowards, but we're out here.
Look at all the niggers coming. That was, he was alerting his people like, hey, we got to get little, man. Y'all out here like that's code word for look, there they go right there. They started backing up soon as that shit happened. They look all the niggers out there, man.
Right. And you know what? Before we even did this live, I made this a part of this show. I went to go check YouTube policies, man, because I understand they have policies about this type of stuff. And in the way we're doing it, we're not promoting it. We're not pushing this type of bullshit out to the community and saying, this is where it's at. This is good. Go do it. No. We don't promote this bullshit. Yeah. We're giving it to you to say this type of shit exists in our communities and it shouldn't. It's like, come on, man. We're in 2025. Grow the fuck up, man. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, you hating somebody because of their skin color is the most ignorant shit in the world, bro. Take the mask off. Get in the boxing ring. If you don't like a nigga that bad, get in the boxing ring with one of us. That's what you do. Yeah. Come on, man. It's ignorant, man. And it goes back to what we was talking about earlier, man. Long as this shit keep happening, you gonna hear us. You gonna hear our mouth. Because you still ain't give us our reparations. You still ain't give us our 40 acres and a mule. I think what will actually happen and will maybe minimize some of this shit is the higher ups in the government say, okay, enough is enough. I'm tired of paying these people money. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Especially when, the boys in blue, which probably who got that same flag up under that fucking blue vest. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get tired of paying us money like Sonia Massie for killing us for no reason. They should get tired of it. Go ahead and give us our goddamn, give every fucking black person $1 million. Go ahead and do it. Get it out of the way. You putting us a motherfucking dead as it is. Shit. But that's I'm off my soapbox.
Yeah. What's good, Miss Young in the building? What's good?
Here. Look at the niggers coming. They're all coming. Okay, we think we're outnumbered now. We're in the thick now, niggers. Nah. I'm ready to fight. Fuck them niggers.
I can't watch it.
Okay. But what happened though? Yeah, they didn't do that. It ain't gonna be that though. It ain't gonna be that.
Shit's crazy, man.
Yeah, and I think what makes this crazy is because where it was. It said historically black community. I always made the joke that these people, they do this stuff all out in the boonies and stuff, be having all these big fire cross burnings and shit, be big fire burning and what they call it, the little bonfires and all this shit they be having out in the boondocks and all that shit. But they brought it to the city. They said we got to pop out and show something, and they popped out. They popped out. They showed something and they left. So
it was done intentionally. It was done. They could have did it in their backyard somewhere, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would have gave a fuck. But you want to come into a historically black neighborhood and do some shit like that. You asking for problems, man. What you think?
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen, bro. You better be lucky none of the little YNs wasn't there. They would have came through spraying at y'all ass.
And see, the crazy part is them. They not even worried. They ride past right. I don't know who them is.
You're right.
Yeah, let's go kill some niggas instead.
You're right. You're right.
They not my ops.
I was hoping you ain't catch that, but you absolutely right.
Them niggas ain't my ops. Shit, I'm about to go kill my ops. But yeah, you know, and what Miss T said, she said, what'd she say? The protest was simply, we're here. And I agree with that statement. Like that it's just the protest, they're not really protesting against anything, but their only protest is, which ain't even really no protest. It's just saying we're here, we're white, and we're here. Like
it's called poking the goddamn bear. That's all it is. I want to see if I can piss somebody off today.
Right.
Keep playing. Keep knocking at the devil's door. He eventually gonna answer. I promise you.
Nah. That's a fail. That's a fail. Giving that motherfucker over and over. Because, you know, I done forgot.
They failed miserably, huh?
But yeah, man, it's like a public display, it's like some pageantry shit they got going on. And I always said that about the KKK. The neo-Nazi it's definitely not the KKK. It's kind of born from a different type of, it's like a sub-genre or whatever after World War II. And, you know, Nazis were defeated and all this. So it kind of goes from there, but it does bleed into far-right politics, I feel like. It does bleed into right-wing extremism or what you may have. But there's always some sort of pageantry of show that involve, when you look at the KKK, the pageantry of the hood and this and the horses. You still riding horses, but you got a big Ford truck outside. But you just want to show that you still, like, I'm still Confederate. Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. I done lost my goddamn mind over here trying to put it together. It's like, but you got to think about it though. Both groups, when you speak of the KKK and the neo-Nazi, they're both created from hate. That's just what it is. They hate groups of people because of who they are, or you're not us. Come on, man. Man, it's hot in hell, man. It's real hot. You live with this hate in your heart, and I ain't gonna get spiritual, but just know it's hot. It's hot in hell. I ain't been there, but I live in the South, and there's some humid heat here. And I can just imagine what hell feel like. Keep on. It's going to be your permanent residence.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I guess that's what we got on that. You got anything else you want to touch on that?
I'm gonna run through a few of these comments before we get up out of here. And in which Miss T, she had said something about, I guess when it comes to the protest, she said it's dangerous to dismiss this as a protest.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get that. I can get where you're going with that, Miss T. Cupcake said hundreds dressed differently, but in the same outfits filled the DC Metro to go to the inauguration. Yeah, and I remember that because I seen like they was going up the escalator. I think you had sent that video in the group, boss, where they was all going up the elevator, like going to or not elevator, but the escalator, the stairs that move up. They was all, all in a black, all, covered up and stuff, and they regalia, whatever you call that shit. Cupcake says they'll never change and they'll multiply, in my honest opinion. And I feel like as soon as they can they multiply faster than they can reproduce? That's the question with that. That's the only question, because I agree that if they can reproduce as fast as they die off, then yeah, they'll multiply. But that may be a over logical way to think about it, or a simplified way to think about it. But
yeah, some of them was at work. They wasn't able to attend. It's more out there.
D-Love say he will be at work tomorrow with his this shit is pick and choose. But as they do pick and choose when to have their views, me myself, I pick and choose. I'm not, going to work with black power fist screaming consciousness in every white person face that I see in my daily job. But I would figure if my hate was as hard as them, if my hate in my heart was as bad as they make it look, it would be harder to do than it is for me to go into my workplace and, interact with people to get my paycheck. Because the hate in my heart isn't as much as the hate in their racism percentage is a lot higher than mine. So
yeah, I think if they didn't wear those masks on their face and they're actually caught on some of these videos, I think their boss will probably think twice about, I might need to get rid of this motherfucker, because there are policies in the workplace that's not going to tolerate that shit.
Right. Nah. Hell no. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. Definitely hit that like button if you haven't yet. I kind of want to ride us out. Do you got something for the outro? Because I threw some music in here. And I kind of want to ride out on a music tip one time for the one time. Play
you
some
can
music.
go ahead and play it now, because I already, let me see. I might can take it out. Mike can't, because our live already started. But yeah, if you want to go ahead, matter of fact, I might can take it out. Hold on. Yeah, I can take it out.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I want to play two songs. We tend to play some of the same songs, and I kind of wanted to switch it up a bit. One of these songs is called The Guidelines. I threw in here from me and Boss Duo. Yeah. So for the people who really fuck with us, this song has never been released. We've never even played it. And we're gonna play it here tonight, as a little treat or whatnot. We're gonna play that there, and then probably after that I want to get into that high five a hater, and we'll ride out on that high five a hater. But definitely salute everybody in the building. Episode 53 in this thing. And we're going to ride out on a music tip, man, because this is what we do. We had to pop out, like K-Dot, like them neo-Nazis. We had to pop out and show. Let me stop, man. Salute to the people, man. One time. To the guidelines. Come on. No backsliding, ain't going for it. I'm a man first, so I'ma stand according to the guidelines. To the guidelines. No backsliding, I ain't going for it. I'm a man first, so I'ma stand according to the guidelines. To the guidelines. To the guidelines.
I'ma stand for something, never fall for nothing. I'm trying to live a above my little calling, brother. Though it's all or nothing, I can't call my brother. But I'm protected by the man when I'm falling under. I stand tall like no other. I learned it all from my mother. Big dog, not a sucker. Got calls from the gutter. Yeah, I tell them don't call my number. Yeah, it don't matter cause your dog won't fumble. I'm taking my time while relating these rhymes. We gon' make it in time. And I play with my mind. They say that we lying when we breaking it down. But how can we teach if not making a sound? So sick of these fuckers who chopping us down. They be the same motherfuckers who giving you pound down. That's what they put in us now. That's how they look at us now. But I will deliver the vision for all of my people that's paying attention. Cause we know the vision is how they gon' get us. Ain't no more splitting my people, my nigga. I keep my focus on all of my hitters that come from the trenches. They handling business. I'ma stand with my nigga. They can't handle us pimping. And now they realize that the plan got a mission. They pimping just listen.
Backsliding ain't going for it. I'm a man first, so I'ma stand according to the guidelines. To the guidelines. No backsliding, I ain't going for it. I'm a man first, so I'ma stand according to the guidelines. To the guidelines. The guidelines, yeah. And that's the lane that I chose. That's the lane that I choose to travel. When I'm moving past, you gotta know that it's realer than rap. Be a man first, kill him with that. One time for the guidelines, 2 times for the niggas on the sideline. Keep that shit 100. After the fact, if it ain't authentic, then it's rubbish. It's only a few that can stand on their square when the tension is thick in the air and the guidelines get pushed to the side. Everybody know that feeling inside. When they don't wanna listen, it's right in their face. They don't know the vision, it's nothing but hate. It's gonna cause a collision, so I put my brakes, put them provisions in place so you can be straight. No backsliding, I ain't going for it. I'm a man first, so I'ma stand according to the guidelines. To the guidelines. No backsliding, I ain't going for it. I'm a man first, so I'ma stand according to the guidelines. To the guidelines. The guidelines,
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know. Boss and YJ, the guidelines. We're going to get into this next track, then we're going to be up out of here. Salute everybody in the building one time. We was just talking about these haters, too. We was just talking about the hate in their blood, in their spine, in their spinal cord. They what?
We let a pussy nigga talk, we don't pay him no attention. Go right in his nigga mouth, leave his whole grill missing. See, they really chasing clout, niggas be some old bitches. Man, these niggas crashing out and I ain't with it. Gotta take them to the trenches. Already tell a hater. Already tell a hater. You know a hater, tell that nigga. Oh yeah, we gon' give a fucking hater. Already off rip, I'm the shit, no cap. On my hip, it's a strap, big bitch in my lap. Tell them pussy niggas chill, I ain't giving out doubt. Matter of fact, you the same nigga said I couldn't rap. Holla back, hey listen here, I got a bottle of the yak with a model in the back. I probably never call her back. Bitch, I'm a player, not a man. See the squares follow cat. I keep the pussy running till I give them hell on the track. I got some sideline hate, I grind 5 times greater. When it's time for the paper, keep my mind elevated. Keep in mind I'm dedicated, don't forget I'm educated. So when they say I'll never make it, it's just a sign of a hater. Sucker niggas never catch me outside. Tell them why, never mind. Out of sight is out of mind. Damn right, it's overtime. Niggas folding on the grind. Them niggas holding on the signs and they say we let a pussy nigga talk. We don't pay him no attention. Go right in his nigga mouth, leave his whole grill missing. See, they really chasing clout. Niggas be some old bitches. Man, these niggas crashing out and I ain't with it. Gotta take them to the trenches. Already tell a hater. Already tell a hater. You know a hater, tell that nigga. Oh yeah, we gon' give a fucking hater. Already, yes sir, giving all haters high five. They try to stop mine, make them pause like a stop sign. Nigga rather drop down, boss will never drop down. Like a skeezer with a top down, everything dropping out. The whole city popping out. My hitters in the parking lot. Let the pussy nigga talk 'em. Sucker niggas like to talk. It ain't a thing for me to call them out. Come on, boss, man, stall them out. I don't know what niggas all about. I guess it's something they ain't thought about. I'm just playing my position. They know I'm standing on business. I can never play a victim. Come for me, I gotta get them. Fuck them men who coming with us. I can put a couple in. Now I can see why niggas bitter. They can't stand that I'm a winner. These niggas say I'm back in business. Now they say I'm acting ignorant. Now that shit that kinda fishy. And bitches tell me I'm too picky. I just don't let bitches get me. But I know bitches, they be shifting. They will switch up on you quick. Can't keep no maggot bitches with me. We let a pussy nigga talk. We don't pay him no attention. Go right in his nigga mouth, leave his whole grill missing. See, they really chasing clout. Niggas be some hoes.
Man, these niggas crashing out and I ain't with it. Gotta take them to the trenches. Already tell a hater. Already tell a hater. You know a hater, tell that nigga. Oh yeah, we gon' give a fucking hater. We love the pussy nigga talk. We don't pay him no attention. Go right in his nigga mouth. Leave his whole grill missing. See, they really chasing clout. Niggas be some whole bitches. Man, these niggas crashing out and I ain't with it. Gotta take them to the trenches. Already tell a hater. Already tell a hater. You know a hater, tell that nigga. Oh yeah, we gon' give a fucking hater. Already stand alone, nigga.
Yeah. Hey, but that you know what? That link that was in the chat, definitely the Grown Folk Talk link that y'all see. It wasn't the last one, but it was the one before that. That's the home of the Grown Folks Talk. So if y'all haven't subscribed to that link right there, that's where the Grown Folk Talk gonna be on Tuesday, 8 p.m. So yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we will be on Grown Folk Talk probably once we hit 100 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, man, make sure you go hit that link, go subscribe, go tell your folks, tell them to come slide over there and fuck with us, man. GFT, man, you know what it is. Also, man, Legacy, man, it's out right now. You like that song? Man, you might want to go cop the whole goddamn project because that bitch jamming.
Yes, sir. We about this thing.
Y'all have a good one. We gone. You dig?